The fuck?
Nothing.
Naturally, we wanted to thank you for playing hardball. Once again, we have a new caller here on 45 KFM. Welcome. You're on 45 KFM. What's your question?
My question?
That is correct. You called us. Whatever is your question on this fine night?
When are you guys getting off at 2:30 in the morning?
Well, here at 45 KFM, we believe in always working.
And we were not allowed to be on regular radio from the normal hours of, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Because as I always say, we are on the far left of your dial. Going left, going, gone off the dial, 45 KFM.
You're here with Dez.
And V.
And I'm the Cromagnon Man.
We got the Cromagnon Man here.
Yes,
today.
we have him in studio.
He's here all the way from Encino, California.
Yeah.
Extremely excited to see him.
Yeah.
Yes, do you have any questions for the Cromagnon Man?
Good to be here. How
We've
are you?
already revealed that he is a serious masochist. He really enjoys the...
I love the pain I relish it.
Essentially, what happened was in 600,000 BC, Cromagnon Man went ahead and put himself in an icebox.
Just like Omarion.
You just remember that I have an ice box where my heart used to be.
He's much like Icebox from Little Giants.
And so for years and years and years, he sat there freezing to death, but he never died.
That's right. You
That's
can't kill me.
because his heart is made of ice, so much like Foreigner, he's as cold as ice.
I think it's kind of like the snow miser.
Probably, he's Mr. Snow, Mr.
I fucking hate the heat miser. Ugh.
He hates the heat miser.
Me and that guy have been going at it for years. I'm sick of it.
You gotta love that the Cromagnon Man has been out of commission for so long, yet he is socially aware.
Hell yeah.
That happened to another person we know. He came on the show a couple of weeks ago. He came from somewhere in Europe in the 1400s.
That's right, his name was Rumpelstiltskin, and he brought his cousin from the planet Melmac, and his name was Gordon Shemway, but he lets us just call him Elf.
Elf. And basically, these people who came from a long time ago and are now prominent in society, they're just trying to be normal.
Yeah, I would say they probably keep looking at us as though American society, which they're very familiar with, though they have been out of commission for a while, but they're very familiar with American society, our history, 1776, all that fun stuff. They feel that we are at an all-time low.
Kind of like the band who likes to produce all kinds of music to make 14-year-old girls cream their pants.
That is correct. It's kind of sickening because last I checked, they're all over 20. But I suppose you can't fight instincts.
Instincts is something that our Cromagnon Man knows all about.
I know all about those instincts,
That's right.
man. I can't control
Cromagnon
them.
Man, please give us the rundown on instincts and habitual moments in your life.
That's
as
right.
a Cromagnon
I live in a cave. All right. I live in a cave. There's Jaguars trying to get me. You know what I mean? I'm breeding every minute that I'm not, trying to fend for myself against a dragon or making fire.
He told us earlier in the interview he eats, sleeps, and mates.
That's the three
right.
crucial factors.
Does that sound like the 3 crucial life points that you live by, caller?
Yeah, let's go with that. I think those are 3 good ones.
I like that. I like that she is so like our distant relative in the Cromagnon
Not
Man.
so distant after all, seeming that he does like to wear Rise Against paraphernalia.
I love Rise Against. That's a good band.
He's a big fan of Rise Against because he rose against the glaciers.
That's right.
Now, here's my only thought, though. If he broke his way into a glacier, does that mean he had an inside man?
The Inside Man is typically a popular movie, but it's also something that we like to bring up whenever we're going to switch segments.
That's
No.
right.
There's no switching segment. My inside man was the Abominable Snowman. He got me in.
The Abominable Snowman.
He was the middleman.
I believe something happened to the Abominable Snowman when David's wife was on vacation in the Swiss Alps.
That is correct. It was, I was in the Swiss Alps. The Abominable Snowman was there. My son, young Antonio, He blew him. He was sucking his penis.
I was there for that. I saw that.
Cromagnon Man was there. That's what happened. The Abominable Snowman's quite the character, but these things happen.
So tonight's segments are brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
AutoZone.
And it's also brought to you by Hostess. Flowers in the Attic? That's a fiction film. Eat powdered donuts. Hostess.
If you're unaware of what happened in the 1980s, there was quite the parenting how-to movie produced by some unknown company with some unknown actresses and actors.
Yeah, I think it was meant to scare people who didn't feel safe at home. And it's called Flowers in the Attic. And essentially what happened was the children all lived up in the cellar or the basement or maybe even, I don't know, the roof of the house. And they're raising the roof as well as getting powdered donuts that had poison in them, and it killed them.
The arsenic and old lace of that story was that some of the kids tried to escape, and their mother was not too fond of that.
She wasn't pleased. She was actually marrying someone else, and she didn't tell the kids. And the older daughter, who at this point cut her hair and looked like Frankenstein, looked a little creepy, a little pale, pushed her mother over the rafters, and she hung in her wedding dress.
Wedding dress. Should have been me. Should have been me.
It's not a good way to die.
No.
I don't want to hang in a wedding dress.
I don't want to hang in anyway, and I don't want to leave our musical guest hanging. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
So today we're pleased to be accompanied by one of EWU's finest new artists.
Welcome.
That's correct. Their name is Alone Set.
Alone Set. They're pretty good. They're kind of in the aggressive, acoustic, alternative, cut yourself type music.
Yeah, it's a little, interesting. It wasn't initially my style, but upon listening to Alone Set, I've grown fond of them.
They're certainly a mile away from our favorite artist here at 45 KFM, the One Scum Weeder.
Yes, One Scum Reader, they're something else. But Alone Set, they're nipping at the heels of the devil, chasing his tail between his legs, and they're on the way. So this is their smash hit, which is called Manger and Angels. What key is that?
G.
Manger and Angels, the nativity scene. Everything I needed was in the bag. Star to the Son of God, He awaits you, the Son of the Desert God. Follow the sun, follow the stars, to the Son of the Desert God. Manger and Angels.
I got his voice changed right now.
Be with you, brother.
No, that was definitely some aggressive.
But that was great.
No, if you couldn't tell, that piano player is he's probably sweating his eyes out by now because
Yeah, he sounded like he was playing a lot more than the guitar player. Alone Set seems like a bit of a lopsided band.
perhaps the entire band is made up of the piano player, and he writes the lyrics and he does everything else. And
I bet you he has one of those machines that Carlos from the Magic School Bus created that has every instrument all at once on it.
That's bitchin'.
It is, much like my 70s van. It's an Aerostar. It's purple. It has lightning bolts on it. And the bumper actually says Rainbow in the Dark. And the interior is leopard print.
Probably the most classy van you'll ever find on any surface in the world. Now, the next segment we got for you today, it's quite the segment. It's very popular with our listeners tonight. So, essentially, what we want you to do is find any kind of yellow pages, and we have us a nice scavenger hunt of Spokane paraphernalia and objects and locales.
That's right. And so I'm going to give you the hint that was given to us by Greg Trojan. He is the CEO of the company in which we want you to find. Are you ready for the all-inclusive hint?
Do y'all really want me to find a phone book?
Or you could use that one multicolored symbol search engine we cannot say because we do not have license, and we definitely can't afford even a second on their website. But it's a really quick search engine. I think you know what I'm talking about.
That's right. It has rainbow colors. In the finallyfast.com commercial, it's called search.com, but it's not search.com, but it is a search engine.
Hold on, this is the Cromagnon Man. Are you freaks talking about Google? Because I love that site.
Our budget! It just disappeared!
I feel it depleting.
I
don't know how my kids are going to eat now. Thank you, Cromagnon bitch.
Hey. Listen, I don't know nothing about this.
Anyway, here is your hint to the Yellow Pages scavenger hunt. One of the main goals is to reach out and build strong relationships with customers like you, who have true passion for making music. And as you probably already know, having a go-to person can make all the difference when you have questions, concerns, or other needs. That is your hint. You have 5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pretty boy, take off in 0.
Now, what is your answer? Who do you think?
I got nothing from that.
You got nothing.
You're out.
I got nothing.
Well, just throw out any random business that might have something to do with music, customer service, and has the CEO of a name. What's his name?
Greg Trojan.
Gregory Trojan.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pretty boy, take off in 0.
Any idea? We are a gracious bunch here. We're going to provide you with one more all-inclusive clue that is much more detailed in its nature.
If you don't get it after this, man, I don't know what to do for you.
Spokane, generally of an object or a thing, typically not a person, but
It all depends.
Here's the hint.
There are 2 coffee shops on that block. One Bill likes and one he doesn't. The one he held the door at was the one he doesn't. I figured that was for the same reason he wouldn't let DeLuca and March back up into his place and wouldn't drink with them at Shorty's, which is as much his home as the apartment upstairs. We settled in a booth and ordered 3 coffees and a tea. I wondered, not for the first time, how drinking bad coffee had gotten to be a part of the American macho image.
What shop in Spokane could that have been referring to? You have 5 pretty boy seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pretty boy, take off in 0.
And you have an answer, Miss Caller.
I know.
Well, you know, sometimes we all fail to find Forrester, but that's okay. We're still going to provide you with a consolation gift, and our gift today is going to be a VHS copy of the movie Blade starring Wesley Snipes. It's a great film. It also has Chris Christopherson. If you knew anything about A Star Is Born, and he was in that back in the 70s with Barbra Streisand.
That is essentially why that movie sold. And the answer to the first question was the Guitar Center.
Yes, and the answer to the second question, of course, has to be been there, done that.
Essentially, there certainly are a lot of coffee shops, and that was part of the hint. It was a coffee shop. So our next segment is going to be a nice one. We're going to go back to the Cromagnon Man.
Hey, Cromagnon Man.
We definitely have some questions about what it was like in Encino before he came up.
Oh, yeah.
The snow-encompassed Spokane, Washington.
Yeah.
That's right. I bet he feels right at home. Hey, Cromagnon Man.
What's happening?
Tell me, how was Encino, California?
Oh, it was great, except for high school. I got bullied all the time in high school. I was at the skating rink, right? I'm drawing pictures on the glass. Guy comes up, starts messing with me.
Now, you say you were drawing pictures on the glass.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time envisioning this. What were you drawing with?
I was drawing boobs.
What were you drawing with?
I was drawing with some mustard and some ketchup and...
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So you say...
Amongst the ridicule, a tough guy didn't like you drawing
Sick of him.
breasts with condiments on the glass of the ice skating rink.
No, he started punching the glass and stuff.
He punched the glass. And then, from what I heard, he went from punching the glass to punching a glass jaw. Now, who was that?